Hey guys, I'm Christine Potterchi. I'm the head coach of Evil Geniuses Valorant team.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Soham Valens Chowdhury, and I'm the head of gaming at EG.
Our goals for 2024 are the same as they were in 2023. EG hired me to build a champions winning roster, and that's my intent.
It was great to see you guys came along with us and believed with us from the very start. When we weren't doing well, when we were doing well, riding the lows and the highs with us, it definitely wouldn't have been as fun without having all of our fans watching us and supporting us and sending us great messages all the way through last year. Really excited to see you guys come along with us to see how we do and all the new faces this year as well.
I just want to take this time to thank all the fans that supported us last year. I think coming into this year, it'll be kind of rinse and repeat. On paper, we're not a roster that should be winning all the championships, but it's kind of familiar territory, I think, for all of us. So going into next year, we're definitely going to need that energy. We're going to need that support. Gas up my players across all social medias, and yeah, keep supporting us. Before we dive into the new squad and the new players, definitely want to take this time to thank everyone that was involved in all of our successes from 2023. Zix was incredible. I think him having been a part of Riot's ecosystem for so many years definitely helped us out a lot. Boostio, my IGL, I've known him for so many years, and to see him have so much success, he deserves all of it. Good luck to Boostio moving forward. He's really not going to need it. The kid's got everything he needs. And Corbin, calm. This one is heartbreaking for me, I gotta say. But I have nothing but positive things to say about him, of course. And he's gonna be just fine on Leviathan. And of course, Ethan and Demon 1, they're gonna be competing against us on NRG over there. That is a stacked roster, so we're gonna have to put in a lot of effort to beat them, but they're not gonna need any luck. They'll definitely be successful over there, so gonna be cheering for them. The players that are staying from last year, we've got two of them. Got to start with Jaw Gimo, of course. When I first met Jaw, he was on the bench of T1's academy roster with no prospects in sight. And he's just a different kind of player. His aggression, his play style, it's not something I don't think anyone's ever seen. And he's the type of player, when he's fully blind, he's just all of a sudden perfectly positioned. His crosshair is perfect. So he's just one of those players that you don't forget. He's a player that I built the team around last year to be the main duelist. And he's going to be that player that we build the entire team around to be the main duelist again this year. Jaw, I think, want to prove himself, and he's absolutely capable. He's already won a championship now under his belt, and his just progress over the last few years perfectly places him. And now he's got the experience, and he's going to be the player, rather, that all my other players, including myself, is going to look up to and chase. So that's something that we're definitely using as a strength, is Jaw, and we're going to rely on him a lot this year. Apoth is going to be coming from the reserve squad from last year. He's our perfectionist. This kid told me 2 years ago, when we were all nobodies, that he intends to be a paid professional and he's going full time in gaming. And he made it. He's made it. His hard work has paid off, and that's why he's here. I've asked him to change roles into the Sentinel position from controller. I think his high IQ in Valorant is definitely going to make him thrive and be successful, and I'm excited to see him take on this new challenge. The new players coming in, we got to start with Nature. He's going to be the IGL of the squad. I've got 3 words to describe this guy. He's stoic, he's capable, and he's mature. I think on day 1 of trials, as soon as he came into the server, I just knew that he was going to be the player that we needed to lead the squad. He's mechanically capable. He's just as good as any of the other tier 1 players, and he can be a superstar, but his best IGL quality is that he doesn't need to be the star. He secures the rounds and he sacrifices that sort of star clip moments that players love to have in order to secure the rounds. So I'm excited to see him play in VCT as the IGL. For Superman, this guy is the clutch god. I've tried to pressure him, tried to make him lose rounds, but he's got ice in his veins. He doesn't lose at all. And I'm especially excited to play with him because I've wanted him on this team for the last 2 years. I've been a huge fan of him. So excited to see him thrive in the controller role this year. For Derek, he's definitely the shroud of the team. His headshot percentage is insane. It's out of this world. My goal is to make sure that he doesn't have to depend on his aim to be the star, but it's definitely going to be an X factor and it's definitely going to be a huge strength that I'm going to be using into this next year. When I first met Derek, he was a stand-up human, just all around a great human. I mean, he's going to be responsible for keeping the vibes in check for this year, especially when the competition gets tough and maybe we're not winning all year long. So that's going to be huge for us.
Potter did a great job, of course, and without Giacomo, our returning player as well, it would have been insurmountable to put a roster of this caliber together. So we're definitely going to turn some heads, and I'm excited to show you guys how we'll do this year.
So we're bringing in a new assistant coach this year. His alias is spelled Pho, but it's pronounced Fo. He's special. He's also never really had pho in his life. So I knew he needed my help when I first met him. He was actually my teammate first, then he became the first IGL that I coached, and now he's my new assistant coach. So we've had a long history, a long relationship, and his VALORANT IQ is exactly what I need coming into 2024. Yeah, I'm excited to work with him. So I know there's going to be a lot of doubts coming into 2024 season. I had my doubts as well. The off season was rough for us behind the scenes, for sure. Figuring out who was staying, who was leaving. I'm very proud of the team that we built over the last couple of months. I think this is a roster that absolutely has everything it needs to be a championship winning roster, and that is our intent going into next year. It is a long uphill battle to climb for sure, and every roster that's been built in 2024 has been built to win. So definitely the competition, it's thicker than it's ever been. It's harder than it's ever been, but that's a challenge that I think we're all ready for, and we're excited to do it.
We've all heard of this term esports winner over the last few months, and I think one of the number one things that I really feel like all esports organizations are trying to do is we want to operate more responsibly. To us, this is our 25th anniversary year for EG. Even though the brand has been around for 25 years, we've been around most recently for the last 4+ years. So for us, we need to carry and meet the expectations of that legacy that the brand carries and your expectations as fans for us as well. The tough decisions we've had to make over the last few months and prioritize kind of how do we actually put our best foot forward in 2024. What better way to kind of prove it out than to have a chance to, again, defend our title. We have Potter, we have Giacomo, really two of the cornerstones of VCT and VALORANT players and coaching staff. And let's build around them, and let's have an organization that will exist for many, many years. And at the same time, we have that chip on our shoulder to kind of prove ourselves.
I think, I'm actually shocked looking at the storylines that are already developing for this roster and for EG in 2024, at the similarities from the roles to the players to dismissing the roster because on paper we are the underdogs. There's so many similarities going into 2024, and that's our comfort zone. This is familiar territory for all of us, having to work our way up and claw our way into these conversations of being contenders. So I'm excited. I know Giacomo is excited. He's excited to take on the duelist role and be better than Demon One. So I think all of these challenges are challenges that we are excited to take on.